Nomad TV. Can you believe it? There is no electricity. 2:26 a.m. here in Jamaica, and there is no light. What is this? So, the place is hot. At least it was hot. Yeah, and when I realized that the lights were off, it's not coming back. Waited for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and nothing. So I decided to go get my Bluetooth, my backup power supply, plugged in my fan. I know I'm good, but then my phone battery is my phone battery is at 28%, so I guess I need to plug that in shortly. Luckily, I got no work to do tonight. Yeah, so that's what's going on. I can't believe it. There is no light. What's really going on here in Jamaica? Anyway, please remember to double tap the screen to like the live and subscribe to the channel. And man, before jumping on the live, I had to plug my fan into my Bluetooth EB3A. Anyway, please let me know if you can hear me. Remember to double tap the screen to like the live and subscribe to the channel. By the way, where are you watching me from? I'm streaming live from Jamaica. Yeah, people, there is no light tonight, so I am in my house. I got my Bluetooth EB3A and my fan at least plugged into it. How are you all doing tonight? No lights, it's dark. It's dark. It's dark here tonight. Yeah, it's dark, so even if I turn the light on, you're not going to be able to see me because the electricity is out. So I am relaxing in the dark. Luckily, I got my backup power supply, so I'm off-gridding inside my house at 2:29 a.m. What time is it where you're watching me from? It's 2:29 a.m. in Jamaica. Where are you watching me from? And what time is it over there? Sylvester, what's going on? Big up, big up, big up, Sylvester. I hope you have subscribed to the channel. And I think I saw you while watching someone else's live stream today. Yesterday, at least. I was watching Empire TV and I saw you over there. Were you the one? That's Sylvester from Australia? Oh, cool, cool, cool. Well, thanks for checking out Tropical Nomad TV. It's surprising to see you here. I mean, I tried my best to welcome you over on Empire. I mean, I wasn't even trying to get you to... I didn't even know that you realized I have a channel. But I really like watching Empire TV, so I was just over there, you know, enjoying what was going on. But I saw that you came in and you didn't really understand what was being said, so I decided that, well, I'm going to try to help as best as possible. And it seemed that Empire was a bit busy, so I tried my best to entertain you. Anyway, thank you very much for coming over to Tropical Nomad TV, and I hope you have subscribed to my channel and also checked out my videos, not only the live streams but also my videos. It's very important. So what's going on over there in Australia? Right now it's 2:31 a.m. here in Jamaica, and my electricity went out, and because of that it's dark. I had to plug in my Bluetooth, my backup power supply. So I got to turn on my bluety and plug my fan into it. At least it's no longer hot. So yeah, that's what's going on. So what's the weather like over there in Australia today, Sylvester? So by the way, Sylvester, how did you even find me here on Tropical Nomad TV? Did you get like a notification? What happened? Anyway, thanks for coming though. So I'm here in the dark. There's no light. So I decided that, well, I'm just gonna get up and come on the live stream and see what's going on. You know. Alright, so Jasper, what's up? Thank you for coming to the live stream. How are you doing today? I am streaming live from Jamaica. I'm in the dark. There is no electricity. The lights just went out maybe about half an hour ago. Waited for a while, it didn't come back, so I decided to plug in my Bluety EB3A. Obes Reese, what's up? How are you doing? I am here relaxing in the dark. There's no electricity, so I decided that, yeah, it's dark. It's right now it is 2:33 a.m. No electricity, so gotta just relax. So the best thing to do is for me to just come on a live stream. Luckily I got my Bluety EB3A, so I plugged it in. Alright, Jasper, before you go, please subscribe to the channel and please like the live stream. Thank you very much for stopping by. Alright, please remember to subscribe to the channel and also double tap to like the live before you go. Alright, let me see. Obes Reese, or yeah, Reese, what's up? Where are you watching me from? I wonder if Sylvester is still around. Anyone? Alright, someone double tap the screen. Yeah. Someone liked the live, and that is really wonderful. Really like that. It's so weird because oh, cool. Welcome to the Australian family, because we have Sylvester here. I don't know where Jasper is watching me from, but we have Obes Reese watching from Australia. Thank you very much for checking out my live stream. I know that in Australia it might be about let me see what time it would be right now. Maybe about 3 p.m. Let me see. Am I right? 3 p.m. or 2 p.m.? Just a guess. Oh, 5:05 p.m. Wow. I guess I got it, well, not totally wrong, but yeah, not correct. I remember back in the day I used to watch and listen cricket from Australia. Yeah, I'd be up at some weird hours listening to or watching cricket. Yeah, with West Indies playing in Australia. But yeah, cricket is, not really my favorite thing, so I guess that's what it is. But yeah, it's dark here, no electricity. I don't know what's going on. Don't know what happened with the electricity. I was just there in my bed chilling, checking out. Okay, so I guess sounds like you're a big fan of cricket. Do you play cricket, or do you go to cricket games or cricket matches, or do you prefer rugby? Because I know people in Australia, they like rugby also. By the way, is Sylvester still around? Because Sylvester, not a youth fan, but I played for you. Okay, cool. Hey, quick question. I'm happy that someone from Australia is here, and I hope there are a few other persons here. Can you tell me about, because, well, New Zealand is close by. can you tell me about the kiwi burger, or the burger that they have, that they add the fried egg, and the beetroot. AFL is the main sport here, the one I follow most. Anyway, okay, cool, interesting. I guess that's Australian Football League. And is that the okay? Is that the football where you use a round ball like soccer, or is it the football that you use a oval shaped ball, like rugby or American football? Who else is here with me? So I got my Australian family, my Australian tropical Nomad TV family. So welcome you. I hope to see you all again. And tomorrow, I am planning that tomorrow night I'm gonna try to do a paranormal live stream. Note, I don't have a paranormal channel, but tomorrow night I'm gonna try to do a paranormal live stream. Yeah, so tomorrow night at about, it's gonna be 8:30 Jamaica time. I'm gonna try. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I'm planning to do it. Hopefully I'll be able to execute it, but it's in the planning stages right now. I actually schedule it on my channel, so if you subscribe you'll see it there. Oval shape, not usual. Okay, usually I share it. Okay, cool. All right, I must check that out. Definitely, I will. I'll check that out. If my lights weren't out, I pull up my laptop and go check out AFL. But lights out, so I don't want to drain my my power supply. Let me show you my power supply that I am using. Let me see if I could switch the camera and I get one of these lights on. Whoa! See what's going on? Wow, the battery is draining really fast. It's at 81%. And when I just plugged it in, like you can see on the thumbnail, it was at 90%. I do not want my battery to die, because my battery is dead. I'm going to be stuck inside here in the dark. Cannot afford that to happen. So hopefully the light will come back in maybe at least maybe a few minutes or so. Okay. Well, I would prefer to not answer that question. Anyway, in the meantime, you can consider subscribing to the channel. All right, so less pointed than an American football, if you have seen those. Yeah, I've seen an American football. Okay, cool. All right, sounds like quite an interesting game. Something I will check out. So as soon as my light comes back, I'm gonna go on my all right. Thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. Please, of course, check out my videos. And where are you watching me from? Is this someone else from Australia? Or maybe somewhere in New Zealand, somewhere in that part of the world? By the way, maybe a few more persons from Australia are here. Can you tell me about the kiwi? Okay, I am assuming you're referencing your. This is my real voice. I'm assuming you're referencing your voice, bro. Your voice, bro. You sound like the African meme guy that says, "What?" Oh, God. A lot of Rasta are becoming. Okay. It's strange. I thought Rasta. Well, I am not. I'm not a Rastafarian, but I guess if you whatever you want to say, it's fine with me. This is not a live stream to discuss that type of topic, but whatever you want to say, I have no response to anything regarding that. Anyway, can you all tell me something about the kiwi? Is this GTB? I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. I guess you need to tell me the definition of that abbreviation. Alright. Now I wanna go get myself some water, and I need to walk in the dark. So I'll be walking in the dark to go get myself some water. Trini Queen, what's up? Big up, big up, big up. Thanks for coming. My light here, Trini Queen, my electricity is off. I don't know what's going on. There's no light inside my house. So there seems to be some power outage. So it's dark. But at least I can still go live and I can get my fan to work. Oh no, what's going on out here? Trini Queen, let me see. Light a candle. I do not have any of those. Like I say, I have a backup power supply. Not sure if you saw the thumbnail. So I got a backup power supply, but I don't want it to drain too quickly because it wasn't even fully charged. I didn't realize it was that light. So I got my fan plugged in, but it's when I plugged it in initially, it was at 94 or 92%. Wow, it's right now it's at 78%. Let me show you. See? So yeah, that was going on. So I got the fan plugged in right there. Not sure if you can see the plug. And I could plug in something else and some phones and stuff, but it's fine. I know. Hopefully the light is gonna be back soon. See, it's at 74%. All right, let me read this message. All right. Oh, and okay. I'll just keep some. Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe I should do that because the electricity in Jamaica goes off. I mean, well, not as often as it used to, but it's still, let me see what Obes Reese said. I don't know of any kiwi burger made. Kiwi places here usually do one with beetroot, pineapple, egg, tomato sauce, ketchup, not sure what you call it, lettuce, bacon. Okay, cool. And call it an Aussie. Oh, okay. So I guess I was wrong. I mean, I was just doing some research online. I was planning to actually do a video and make one of those burgers. So Mel, thanks for correcting me. I guess I'll do a video and make a Aussie burger. So hopefully my Australian viewers will like that video. Whenever I get the chance to make it. Remember to, yeah, okay, cool. Thanks for that recipe and the kiwi burger. Okay. Burger places here usually do. There's a lot of rivalry with food things between Aussies and Kiwis. Okay. Cool. I see. Well, one day hopefully my channel will take me to that part of the world. So, keep supporting Tropical Nomad TV, and one day I will get there. I'll get to, explore Australia and New Zealand. Alright. Okay. Alright, they claim they invest invented pavlova. Okay. Can you tell me what is that? I'm very interested to hear what is pavlova. Please explain. Alright, so Obes Reese. Trini Queen is saying hi to you. And Trini Queen is from Trinidad, right here in the Caribbean. So thank you, thank you. All right. So Obes Reese says hi, Trini Queen. So Trini Queen, it seems you're up early to go for your morning walk. Wow, my phone battery. Let me get the charger. At least I have enough power to plug this in. So I take the charger from the regular outlet and plug it into my backup power supply. I don't know why the electricity company decided to fail me tonight. Matter of fact, I wasn't even thinking of doing a live stream. I was just there chilling. I wake up early every. Okay. Okay, cool. Alright, so let me plug this in. So the phone is now plugged in. At least now. If it's not a rude question, I would prefer to not disclose my age here on the live stream. One day I will, but for now, I will, keep that. Yeah, for now. So, by the way, tell me something about Australia that, persons who are not from Australia might not know. Tell me something interesting about Australia. Okay, cool. You enjoy seeing Trinidad with colors video bring, but yeah, but Colaz is even Colaz is even doing things that I didn't get to do, because I was just a student, so to be honest, I didn't really go to many places like that. I just chilled in Chaguanas where I stayed for the most part, and from Chaguanas to Point Lisas where my campus was at, so I just did that most days, and a few times I come to Port of Spain if I have something to do there. Maybe the few occasions that I went out, I'd visit Port of Spain, or if there's anything. You see, what other reason would I have come to Port of Spain? Maybe I think there was one time I had to do something to get my student permit somewhere on Frederick Street. I came there a few times, but other than that, that would be it. I didn't really, go that many places. Well, yeah, feel free to ask anything, mate. I can't think. All right. So all right? So on a typical day, if I visit Australia, what's the most popular food in Australia? So when you think of a food that is Australian, what would be that typical thing? Me too don't know the river they went to. Alright, see, I had some classmates that would tell me about them going to river and all that stuff, but honestly, I never know. I didn't get to go any of those places with them, because I never saw any river like that. I guess where I lived, it was just, buildings and so on. I never, because they were telling me about some places in the country. But I'm like, where is the country? I never see, countryside or anything. I mean, I went to Maracas Beach once. And yeah, that was kind of countryside because I think, where did we go? We went over to the west and then climbed over some hill and over some place to get to Maracas. But other than that, that was the only time I went to any place looking like country. And then I remember I met this girl that was telling me about some place where you could go inside, some kind of wildlife area where they had wild animals and stuff. But I didn't get to venture there with her either. All right. Right, so other than we don't ride kangaroos like the world seemed to think, I didn't think that either. A Barbie. Okay. Pretty much every Aussie home has a okay, barbecue. Okay. Alright, cool. Blanches. Okay. Okay, it's country too. Okay, cool. Yeah, because my classmates are telling me that they have some places that it will take you like maybe about 6 hours to drive to. And I'm like, where in Trinidad is going to take you 6 hours to drive to? But I just couldn't imagine it. But then I never really get to, visit those places with them. Danish. Okay, cool. Feel that place is so okay. Well, at least next time I come to Trinidad, I won't need to go to the regular places. The regular places that I have already been. I can start with the exploring. So no need for me to go check out Port of Spain or Sando or Chaguanas and them places. Yeah, it's my regular places. I guess I need to go deep into some spots that I've never seen. Thank you for coming to the live stream. Thanks for checking in. Please remember to double tap the screen to like the live and subscribe to the channel anyway. So we're here talking about, different places around the world. So we have Trinidad here. We have Australia. Let me see. Something about Australia. Something about... So question. I hear, do you eat kangaroo in Australia? And what does it taste like? Well, okay. Yes, Stoker side pass, Stoker go up. Okay. Yeah, I heard about that place. And I had this classmate. I don't know where this guy lived, but every time he kept on posting all kind of pictures of him in some place looking very, very secluded and very, it just looked exotic. I don't even remember what's the name of the place. I need to go ask him. Yeah, my classmate named Alex. Won't mention his last name here, of course not. Okay, cool, interesting. Australia sounds like the place to be. One time I had a colleague from Australia. I guess I need to say hello to her one of these days on over there on Facebook. Haven't exchanged words with her for a while, but she's on my Facebook, so I'll say hello to her one of these days. Matter of fact, as soon as this live stream is finished, or as soon as my electricity is back, I'll go on Facebook and drop her a message. So it's good to have. Mark Wayans did a country video you could watch up there. Okay, cool. Oh, speaking of, because I guess we're here talking about exotic foods. Uh, Trini Queen, tell me something about the iguana thing. Like, how does, like, I mean, the iguanas that are eaten in Trinidad, I mean, is it something? Because like I said, I was, I didn't really venture too many places and stuff like that. So I guess I wouldn't have that experience. Is it something that is farmed or is it something that's caught from in the wild? Okay. The indigenous people here or the original aboriginals love to eat, I guess, rude as kangaroo. They are, they use the whole thing. They have a really awesome way of cooking the tail very, very simply. But okay, okay, cool, cool, interesting. Yeah, that sounds quite interesting, I guess. Well, I guess Australia is now added to the list of places to visit. I can't wait for Tropical Nomad TV to, get monetized so I can start traveling and making my videos wherever I go. All right, so Trini Queen says, okay, okay, well, let me just read this other message from Obes Reese. Most white Australians don't really use the tail though. Okay, okay. Well, I don't know if it's true, but I hear that the oxtail, what they call oxtail in Jamaica, it's actually kangaroo tail. I have no evidence of that. I have no idea, but that's what I heard. So, all right. So, okay, Trini Queen said the iguanas are wild. And Trini Queen also said, I have some by me. Watch them on mornings, plenty trees. So, that's what they like. Okay, somebody come to catch one or two. We was mad. Oh, I've never seen one in Trinidad like a little. But like I said, I only stayed where I lived in Chaguanas. I went to school, came back. If I needed to go to Port of Spain for any business reasons or anything, I'd go. If I'm going out, which wasn't very often, I would go. And going out would mean I go to Port of Spain and go up by St. James or the Avenue. Or a few times I'd go to Sando. That's it. I didn't really go anywhere. I wanted to go on a trip to Tobago, but things didn't work out like that. So I'm like, nah, didn't get to go. And then I heard there was like a ferry to go to Venezuela back then. Because that was like 2020, between 2012 and 2014. So I guess things in Venezuela it was okay there. So I went there. I hear that there was a ferry to go to Venezuela, but I didn't get to go on that adventure either. So that was Trinidad for me. All right, let me. Okay. So, best Reese says, rules are a pest in certain areas too. Oh, wow. I have pictures of it in the tree. Sit in my gallery and watch them. Big and young one. Oh, wow. Wow. So it sounds like it's just a lot of them there. Wow. Interesting. So okay, so let me ask you, Miss Trini, what does it taste like? Never eat it. Oh, okay. So, hold on. Well, this is strange because my classmates made it seem like everyone in Trinidad eats iguana. So I don't understand this. What's going on? You know what it is? My classmates, they gave me. Okay, I don't eat wild meat. Okay, so speaking of wild meat, because I remember them saying that, talking about wild meat. What meats in Trinidad are considered wild? My father and sister eat it. He was a hunter. Okay. Oh, beef and lamb. Interesting. That's an interesting combination. So it has that robust texture of beef, but it also has that mild kind of exotic kind of gamey kind of texture of lamb. Interesting. Hmm. Kangaroo sounds very interesting. So let me ask a question right here about the kangaroo. So do they? I mean, because earlier I mentioned something about burgers. Have you ever seen a kangaroo burger? Because typically burgers are made with beef, but is there a kangaroo burger? Let's see. Okay. We eat crooked. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that they eat crocodiles too. Okay. And snake, the only country in the world that eats the animals on the coat of. Yeah, okay. That's interesting because the crocodiles are on Jamaica coat of arms and it's illegal to eat crocodiles in Jamaica. A matter of fact, it's illegal to even capture them. You can't even hurt a crocodile. If you hurt a crocodile, you can be arrested. Well, I'm indeed getting some knowledge right here. Well, maybe if they were not being eaten, there would be so many of them. So maybe it's a good thing. Alright, I guess I would add that to my. I got some knowledge. Luckily I jumped on this live stream. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise that the electricity went out tonight. Because maybe if it didn't. Oh yeah, the electricity is back. Seems like it's back because the Wi-Fi wouldn't be up. Yeah, the electricity is back. Google Lap. They eat that also. Okay. Both supposedly chosen because neither can go back well. Simba. Oh, cool. This sounds interesting. See, this is one of the reasons why I like going live because you always meet some persons from some other places and you get some information that you would not have had if you weren't on live. I mean, if I had posted a video, yeah, you might have seen the video, watched it and commented, but we wouldn't be able to have this interactive conversation right here. I like this. Yeah, I saw them. Sign now. Okay, something is going on. Sign into Wi-Fi network. What's going on right here? Why is this asking me to sign into my Wi-Fi? Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. Why it's asking me to sign in? I guess I need to figure that out. Connected, no internet access. This is weird. Alright, I don't know what's going on. It says I have no internet access. I'll figure that out when the live stream is finished. Because I know I'm on the data on my phone, but it's okay. You eat no okay. Yeah, three. Alright, cool. Money cool. Okay. I've never the one day because I heard my classmates talking about the one called lap. But then the manicu, I've never heard about that one. I know what is a manicu. Like I think I read about it while doing history. I think they said the Arawaks used to eat it, but I've never seen one. Google Lap, they eat that. Also tattoo. Okay. Interesting. So now I am learning things about the wild meat. Is very okay. So, so if it's that popular, how come I've never seen it? Like, where could I go in Trinidad and see stuff like that? Like I said, I would go to the. I didn't really go many places, but I'm sure I would. Like, where could you go to buy something like that? It looked like a big. It looked like a big rat. It's called possum. Okay, interesting. So, like I said, Trini Queen, where would in Trinidad, where would one go to see wild meat? Like, where could you get it? Like, I've never seen it. Is there like specific stores that sell stuff like that, or if you want to eat that, can you go to a normal restaurant and get it? How does it work? I guess I guess my life in Trinidad was too sheltered. I was just I was just a college student. I did not hunt it yourself. Well, I was a student in Trinidad. I don't live. I'm not from Trinidad. I'm from Jamaica. So I was just a student there. So I didn't know, places like that, and I only just knew a few people. So I would just go home where I stayed at, from there to school and back. And if I, on the rare occasion that I went out, yeah, that. But outside of that, it was always home to school. Okay, so that means it's not sold then. So you can't go inside a supermarket and get stuff like that, or maybe even inside the market. People know who sell it. Okay. I think people know who sell it. Not sure if it's in the supermarket. Okay. You can buy kangaroo meat in our standard supermarkets here. Okay. We'll ask my neighbor. They buy. Okay. Okay. Cool. I guess I totally missed out on that on that side of Trinidad. Like I said, I heard my classmates talking about stuff like that, but I've just never seen it. I don't know. Because a few times they wanted to, invite me places, but I was just not really interested. And then at the time, I just started to work on the internet. So whenever I wasn't at school, I just went home and logged in for work. So I didn't really have the time to engage in that kind of activity. All right, so the iguana, you will see people on the side of the road selling, but when they catch it, okay, well, I've never seen that, so I don't know. But there was one, and it's very. Oh, speaking of iguana being expensive, there's this guy working at the campus that I attended, and he's from Jamaica, so he doesn't know anything about this iguana thing. So he was sharing this story that one day he was telling me that one day he was at where he was living at. He was outside hanging out some clothes, and he saw like this tree limb, like the limb just dropped down very, very heavily. And he was wondering what's going on. And then he saw this huge lizard, because lizards in Jamaica are very small, like really very small. So he saw this huge lizard looking creature. And he was scared. So he ran inside and called his landlord to tell him that he saw something looking, scary, and described it. And he was telling me that whatever clothes he had to finish washing, he literally washed them inside his bathroom sink. And then he was telling me that the landlord was suggesting, was saying, why didn't he catch it? Doesn't he know that he could have gotten like about 500 US for it? Feel the tattoo will taste nice. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so he was saying that the landlord was telling him that the iguana would be about, based on the size he described, it would be for about 500 US. I'm like, okay. 500 US for, okay, cool. But I was kind of shocking when he said that. I'm like, damn, so that means if persons are there and they want to make some money, and they, I guess they can just go catch an iguana. So, wow, that's like 3,000 TT. Based on the, well, actually about 3,500, think of it. Yeah, about 3,500 TT. That's a bit interesting though. That's a lot. So I guess if a person can catch a few iguanas, they have quite a bit of money in their pocket. So I guess imagine a person can go make a career out of catching iguanas. That's very interesting. Okay, so you're asking is crime a big problem in your part of Jamaica? No, not really. I mean, not in my exact area. No, nothing really. I mean, it's okay. It's peaceful. It's okay where I am at. I feel it's okay. So Trinity, when you say 4 or 500, is that US or TT? And for Obes Reese, when I say TT, I'm referring to Trinidad and Tobago dollars. Not sure, we'll find out. Okay. Oh, nah, okay, that doesn't sound like that much then. It doesn't sound, I mean, it's expensive, but I was thinking, because when I heard about the 500 US, I'm like, goodness gracious, but then, yeah, that's like 4 or 500 TT, that's like about 80 US. Yeah. It's decent price, but not the astronomical price when I heard the 500 US. I'm like, goodness gracious. I guess this iguana meat is made of gold. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Well, the thing is, you'd hear things on the news, but sometimes the news is sensationalized, or you'd hear the news and it but it's not like that. Like, the news, it's like us being on YouTube. We want our channels, we want to sell our channel as much as possible. So, we make the content in a certain type of way. Not that you're lying, but you make the content in a certain way. Similarly, it's the news. The news will, make their news sound maybe worse than it actually is. They kind of try to sensationalize things. Not always, but and especially being from, when you're not from here, you hear something on the news, it might sound, but it's not as scary, especially in my area. I mean, there are other areas that I wouldn't really venture, especially at certain times, but my area, it's fine. If you're checked in and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, and remember to go and check out my videos. So, Obes Reese, please remember to check out the channel. So yeah, just reminding you to, once you're done here, you can go check out my videos. You might like what you see. We have different types of videos, of course. So we have ones that we're just talking about, random stuff, but there are some older ones where you'll see me, going different places, eating different foods and stuff like that. So if you're interested in seeing the food we eat in Jamaica, or even seeing, the scenery, beaches and so on, the seaside, check that out. People will say I'm not going to Belmont. Okay. Will do. Okay, cool. Thank you very much for that. Cool. Looking forward to seeing you in my comment section. And Belmont. I heard like while I was there, I heard people talking about Beetham, and I heard about like name. I think it's Laventille. And one time my classmates were telling me that if they are driving and their vehicle break down anywhere close to Beetham or Laventille, they are leaving that vehicle and running away from it. That's what they said. I don't know because I have no experience of those places. Yes, they're right. Oh, okay, yeah, because they told me that Beetham is like somewhere like if when you leave Port of Spain to go towards Sando, somewhere I think they said it's on the left hand side, somewhere just after leaving out of Port of Spain. I'm not sure, but that's what I remember. Oh, okay. I guess they were advising me correctly. Well, I didn't have any reason to use that information though, because I didn't drive anything while I was in Trinidad. I only took taxis to go wherever I was going, so I had no reason to have that experience. Wow. I can hear your accent coming through your typing, Trini Queen. I am practicing Rihanna. I'm picturing Rihanna. Well, you know, Rihanna is from Barbados, not Trinidad. So, and actually, well, originally Rihanna is actually, well, her family is from Guyana, but she grew up in Barbados, not Trinidad. Let me see. Trini Queen says says they help depends on who you meet that day. Obese says my bad. Yeah, Rihanna is from Barbados, so let me see if there are any famous Bajans. Yeah, they call Barbadians Bajans. If there are any famous Bajans, the other famous Bajans that you would know. I guess you'd have to think about the West Indies cricket team, if you remember. Yeah, I guess I can't think of any other famous Barbadians right now. You know, this is the wonderful thing about being on a live stream. You'll always, find persons from different places, and you get all sorts of information. It's like now I found out about the Aussie burger that I'm gonna make one of these days. Is this an earthquake? I can feel this. It's still shaking. Nah, this is weird. Okay, it stopped. I was just about to get out of my bed and go stand in a doorway, but I guess it stopped within a few seconds. Yeah, maybe if you check on Google and look at earthquakes in Jamaica, it's gonna pop up immediately. Generally, it does. So we literally just had an earthquake. No, it stopped. It stopped within a few seconds, like maybe about 10 seconds or so. But so by the time I recognize it and it's gonna get up to go stand in my doorway, it stopped. Well, it's common, but Not any major ones. Maybe well, it is said that well there are some that you really don't feel, but it's said that every day there is a earthquake. But the ones that you actually feel, maybe every 3 months or so you'd feel some minor ones. Nothing nothing major to cause any kind of damages and so on. So major earthquakes, not often. Don't really have those. But the minor tremors that you'll feel a bit of shaking, yeah, you will from time to time, maybe every 3 months or so, you'd feel those. But then you have some really minor ones that you don't feel, but you might, look at some earthquake report or, something and you'll see those. But yeah. By the way, do Trinidad ever experience earthquakes? I mean, some places don't really have those tremors that often. So, I was wondering. We had a strong one. Boy, next day, everyone. When was that? When did that happen, Trinity Queen? Wow, it was that interesting. Oh, few years ago. Okay, well, maybe I don't remember because I would have heard about it, but I guess I don't remember. But never. There was one that I. Yeah, I was just testing something, and save me a moment. Light is back, so I'll be on camera shortly. In the meantime, just keep the comments coming. I'm coming to read them. And so, put in my backup power supply to get some charge. Alright. So it's at 53%. Alright, so I'm gonna plug this in. So I get that charged. I'm gonna plug my fan in. I'm coming back to the chat shortly. Alright, so the fan is plugged in. Time to plug in my charger. Alright, so I am back. I am back. So, Trini Queen is saying that plenty mangoes on my counter. My neighbor give. Wow, I would definitely eat a mango. Get some sleep now so you don't feel tired. Well, to be honest, I'm not sleepy. That's it. I'm literally not sleepy. Oh, yeah. I'll definitely, like, really right now, I feel like eating some mangoes. I wonder if tomorrow if I should go to St. Thomas and get some mangoes. That's the parish in Jamaica where there are always so many mangoes, some Julie and some East Indian mangoes. That would be so good. Like Julie's, yeah, Julie's sleeping. Julie's in her bed sleeping. I wonder if Julie is gonna be in my city tomorrow. Julie is fast asleep. Like for me, because I would work at nights. So although I'm not working right now, I guess I have the same kind of sleep pattern. So I am not sleepy. My eyes are wide open. I think I woke up yesterday at about, I'm trying to remember. I think I got up about 5 p.m. Between 4 and 5 p.m. Right now it's 3:31 a.m. So I am definitely not sleepy. I am just relaxing in my bed. But I definitely feel like, I have a video. Well, it hasn't been published yet, but I have a video where I wake up one got home from work an hour ago. Well, I guess based on the time, it's not that. I think right now it's like about 6 p.m. So yeah, I guess you got home at let's see, it would be 6:32 p.m. based on the time you told me earlier. So I guess you got home like 5:30. That's not bad. Yeah, because yep. Recently I recorded a video of me eating a mango, and I even mentioned something about Australia in it. Start work at 5. Okay, 5 a.m. Wow. Okay. I guess that must be a long commute to work. Oh, okay. Well, speaking of work, I'm a freelancer. I'm a digital nomad. I work on Upwork.com. It's a freelancing website. So yeah, that's where I do my work. So I work from home, but not right now. You like so whatever as soon as you think about Australia, you think of cricket. So here we go. So I asked earlier, and here comes Trini Queen. Used to watch Shane Warne and his brother play cricket. Is it Shane? No, that means you're talking about Steve Waugh and Mark Waugh. That was like such a long time ago. I guess everyone associates Australia with cricket. I guess. Used to play, I watch it, but I'm not a die-hard fan like some people here. Like, yeah, you got the names gets easily mixed up, man, because you have Shane Warne, he's the bowler, and you have Steve Waugh and Mark Waugh, who are brothers. Yeah, man, actually, in school, I used to play cricket. I was really good at it, but to be honest, I just did not like that sport. It was just not my favorite sport, at least not to play. It's like, nah, it's too hot, and you have to be out for so long. Like, nah, I can't deal with this. Like, let me play something that's a much shorter game. But imagine you have to be out all day in the sun. Like, I couldn't deal with that. They play the West Indies. Okay, okay. Yeah, that was way back in the day. Right now, I cannot identify one player on the Australian team, and very few on the West Indies team I can identify. Maybe the only name I know might be Shea Hope and Jason Holder. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on with cricket here. Oh, okay. Okay, Trini Queen, that sounds like some stuff we used to do back in the day. Like cricket used to start, well, Jamaica time it would when it's playing in Australia, it would start at 7 p.m. and I guess in Trinidad it would be 8 p.m. Yeah, man, I remember those days, man. 7 p.m. is like you got to get close to your radio. What kind of question Yellow Iron is asking? Anyway, Yellow Iron, thanks for dropping a comment. I am not answering that question, but anyway, please double tap the screen to like the live and subscribe to the channel and go watch my videos. I don't know why that person is asking that question, but we're not answering any of those questions over here. This chat and this channel has nothing to do with that. This channel is lifestyle, fun and games and all that. It has nothing to do with anyone, finding any, nothing of the sort. So we're not answering those questions, but he's welcome to watching my videos. So he can go, subscribe to the channel, watch my videos, drop a comment. All comments and all, well, not all comments, depending on what you say, of course, but all views are accepted. So watch my videos. It will be greatly appreciated. But we're not, this is not a dating channel. Of course not. So we're not discussing anyone's, what anyone do in their personal life. And West Indies losing the match, but husband still listening. I guess if you're into the team that much, you're not. I mean, if they're, yeah, but After a while, West Indies got to the point where they lose everything. My sister-in-law said they would give her a heart attack. She would go to sleep. Listen, West Indies, back in the day, West Indies used to win so much. So I guess it's now their time to lose. So that's what it is. Yeah, and then Trini Queen, there was the great Brian Lara back in the day. But yeah, I guess all that greatness had to come to an end. So, I gotta get off, brother. It's been nice chatting with you and sharing some as in knowledge. Yeah, and I'm gonna use it. So I'm gonna make one of those burgers one day, and I hope you are subscribed to the channel so you get to see it. So thanks again. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for liking the live, and I hope to see you again on Tropical Nomad TV. Even if you don't catch me on a live stream, I hope to see you in the comment section on my videos. So thanks again, and enjoy your time over there in Australia. Big up. All right, thank you very much. Thumbs up. Yeah, Trini Queen. Okay, cool. I didn't know that he actually still lives in Trinidad. I thought that he would be someplace far away. So what time is it? 3:39 a.m. Wow. Wow. Very strange. I never know that Brian Lara lives in. He lives all over, I think. Yeah, Brian Lara seems like one of them people who, not settling nowhere, man. That man is. But I guess he's such a superstar, so I guess Chancellor Hill. Okay, I don't even know where in Trinidad is that. But like I said, I don't know that much about Trinidad. Hey, there was a. See here, I should ask you. Okay, yeah, I definitely know the savannah, but I guess there's a question I wanted to ask you. There is a certain fruit. There's a little. It's about the size of a cherry, but it's orange. That I got in Trinidad. I like the taste was so unique. I don't even remember what it was. But I remember buying it one time. I went over to, was it? Nah, it wasn't Trin City. It was over by that side of the island. I had taken one of those buses and went straight down to the terminus. I think it was somewhere in Arima or somewhere there. And I saw these little these little orange looking berries. Oh, cool, 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 interesting. I guess that's something else to see when I come to Trinidad, when I return to Trinidad, I should say. Yeah, why you have to, but sure you have to boil it. Where can I? Because I know that I had taken some pictures. Where can I find those pictures? Because I'd really want to show them to you so you can confirm what they are. But the person I bought them from told me you can actually eat them. I think I tasted it and it had a weird kind of taste. But there were some little orange colored things that looks like cherries. No, no, no. The person I bought it from didn't say. They said I could just eat it right there. which I tried it, but I didn't particularly like the taste. But I remember that like one of the few times I went over by that side of the island. I think what happened is that I think my exams were finished and my ticket to go home it was like in a few days time. So I decided to, to go explore. So I went to Trin City, bought a few stuff, and then took a bus to go down somewhere down that side. I think it was Arima or somewhere down there. So I was I was just out being a tourist. Oh, there was something in Trinidad that I found very remarkable, and I know you must know about this. I even have pictures, but I'd have to go search for them. There was a there's this thing where I go to the market and I'd see them have some crabs, some very small crabs, and then they would have something tied around the crab. And then the person selling them, because I don't eat crab though, but I just found it fascinating, and I asked about it, and they were telling me that they tie those things around the crab to give it a better flavor. So when you buy it and cook it, it tastes better. Is that true? Yeah, it was nice. It was nice being at tours, but yeah, generally. So what's the reason for tying those things onto the crab? Let's hear it. The thing they tied around it looked like a piece of grass or something. What? But it looked like they tied it with a specific thing. Like it was always with this green looking kind of thing they tied it with. It's a thick vine. Okay, well, I didn't touch it, so I don't. Well, I guess they were trying to get a sale, not knowing that I don't eat crab. I was just being a tourist. I was just being a tourist out there in the market taking pictures. I wasn't going to buy any crab. If it was some fruits or something, yeah, they would get me to buy it. But crab, like, nah, I don't even know what to do with that. Yeah, crab. Okay. Yeah, I was there in the market while was it Port of Spain or was it in I think it must have been in where was it in Chaguanas? I don't remember, but I remember being in the market and they were telling me that. Hey, I remember curry crab and dumpling. Okay. I see. Well, the crabs are like crabs are eaten in Jamaica, but I personally just don't eat crabs, so I it was of no interest to me. So I saw the crab, but like I said, I just wanted to know, just for the purposes of just knowledge purposes, but nothing to do with me actually eating that because I'm like nah, not a fan of crab. All right. When you say kalaloo, what is kalaloo in Trinidad? Is it the dasheen leaf? Oh, okay. Well, here in Jamaica, kalaloo is something else. It's a green vegetable, green leafy vegetable, but it's not the dasheen leaf. And there was something one time that surprised me a lot. I saw someone selling what appeared to be string beans. So I bought the string bean, but it had a weird kind of taste. And when I asked my classmate about it, they were telling me that it's not the typical string bean that I was thinking about. It's something else that you have to cook in a different kind of way. Oh, okay. Cool, cool. Okay, so you call it colored spin. Yes, that's the name. That's the name. So I saw it. and thought it was normal string bean. And when I was trying to eat it, I'm like, why does this taste like this? I'm like, I thought it was something wrong with me. I literally thought it was something wrong with my taste buds. But then I was literally at home and I'm like, nah. And then there was no one there with me. So I called one of my classmates on the phone and asked them, and they told me that that's the name, Bodhi. That's the name they told me. So I realized that, wow, I bought the wrong thing. Yeah, I later found out that it was actually so whenever I was going to buy string beans, I had to be very careful, especially when I'm getting it from the supermarket, because I guess you just take up what you want, so you wouldn't know, and the cashier would just cash it. But but at the market now, you tell the person what you want and they'd give you the right thing. But like I said, I just didn't know. So so you're saying the body is more? Which one is more expensive? Okay. So question. So that thing called body, what, like, how would you prepare that? Would it be the same way like you prepare a string bean, or what? Because like I said, my classmates told me you cook it some different kind of way. So can you explain to me, like, how would you eat that as opposed to the string bean? Okay, you see, I had it all wrong. I had listen, by the time in Trinidad, I was just being a tourist. I literally knew nothing. I had to depend on my classmates to tell me stuff. I didn't even know much either. Every time something went wrong, I'd call my classmates, yo, you could curry it by itself or you could put it in meat. Okay. So you see, so that sounds like you had to cook it very well. So that's the reason why it had that weird kind of metallic kind, because I had steamed it lightly like how you'd cook string beans, and I expected, it to have that kind of taste, but it had like a weird, like, but I guess it wasn't cooked long enough. Because I guess if it was cooked long enough, it would have tasted good. But like I said, I just didn't know. I was just being a tourist, a tourist student. Okay, yeah, but I guess you have to cook it a bit longer than you would cook the string bean, because the string bean is just like you can just lightly steam the string bean and it's fine. But that, I guess you have to cook it much longer. Exactly, it was really hard. Like it had a metallic kind of, not that it was tough like metal, but when I chewed it, it was like, why does it make my mouth taste like this? Yeah, that's what I found out. That's what I found out. I didn't know. Like I said, I was just being a tourist slash student. I just didn't know. Exactly, you have it right. It was just too crunchy. Simple as that. Simple as that. Too crunchy. Too crunchy for my comfort. Okay, yep. Yep. The thing is, that one, that thing is not in Jamaica, so I didn't know. So once I saw something that looked like string bean, I just thought it was string bean. I didn't bother to even. You have to. Okay, you would love it. Cook right. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess next time I return to Trinidad, I will get to check out those things that I did not get to explore while there. Being a tourist student. Yeah, like while there, I literally lived on eating Snickers and let me see, how do I used to eat? I used to love to eat Snickers. I I didn't really cook that much, to be honest. And if it's not Snickers, I would eat. I'd go to Subway because there was a Subway close by where I lived in Edinburgh 500. Yeah, it's not that one is not in Jamaica. Pillow, try pillow. No, I didn't. I did not. Like I didn't really. Alright, other than my classmates, and there was this girl that I knew, but she didn't. I could say that she didn't. This girl didn't really have a fixed address, so she was not the person to be getting food from. Like she would just mostly want to go out to different places and so on. So like for her to show me places to buy food, yeah, but she didn't really have like a. She was just always going between, like she had some family members in Sando, and she also had her family members over there in, was it Curep? I think she had some family members over there in Curep. So she was bit, so she wasn't, so most times she used to always come to visit me, but not not the kind of person that I would be getting food from. So, and other than she, there was just my classmates, so I didn't really, and then the thing is that in the house where I lived at, my landlord, he did not eat cooked food. So that's a weird kind of thing. So he didn't eat cooked food. His daughter was also a student, and she was just always out and about. So, and then his son worked on a ship. So him working on a ship, he was just most times not there. He used to come back to Trinidad maybe for a week or so, but most times he wasn't there. So literally, there was no cooking on my part, so I didn't get the chance to really eat through the food like that. So it was just. Where you stay, we have to link up you with me. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Looking forward. Looking forward. And this is why you see me here posting all these videos on the channel. Is gonna get monetized, and once the channel gets monetized, I'm gonna be there. Promise, I'm gonna be there. Trinidad is gonna be one of my first visits, so I get to see Trinidad from a different perspective. I get to explore and get to capture videos and all that, and especially that I don't have to go back through all that introduction process of, because I would have known the basic things, like I don't need to go see Port of Spain. I don't need to go see Sando and all them places. I could literally start with exploring because I already know Port of Spain, so there's no excitement for me. I guess. Yeah, 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 for sure. And I get the chance to go back to Maracas. As I remember my time in Maracas, it was really nice. My day in Maracas. One time I went to Maracas Beach, it was really, really nice. But the day ended too quickly. And then I did not get to try the bake and the shark. I don't remember what it was. I think by the time I got out of the water and went, like, I think it was done, and they wanted to sell me, I think it was bacon saltfish or something like that. But I didn't want any saltfish because I'm like, saltfish is a regular thing. I can cook saltfish on my own. So I'm not gonna buy no saltfish outside here. If it was the bacon shark, yeah, I would have tried it, but not the saltfish. Like, nah, it's okay. Before I buy saltfish, it's better I wait until I get back to get back over to civilization and buy some KFC, because saltfish is a regular thing. So we went last week, just after Maracas. Okay. Oh, cool. Man, all those places are gonna be explored. And then remember, you told me about the new mall, which I had looked up I don't even remember the name of it, but I remember telling me about the new mall and it looked really, really nice. So I'm definitely gonna check that out too. So, so you're telling me that there's another beach after you pass Maracas? I guess let me see Maracas and you. So you come off the hill, and you pass Maracas and there is another beach. No, okay, interesting. Well, I did not. So hold on. You know, I had this class. I need to remember. I wonder if it's by that side the classmate live. Because this classmate used to tell me that he lives so far away. Like, it, I don't even remember. But it was in some really far place the classmate told me that he lived. Look at Colaz video you will. You mean the one that he went to Maracas on? Because I had seen piece of that Maracas video. Guess I need to go check it out. I need to go check out that video definitely. Alright, so I guess when the live stream is done, I'll definitely go check out that. Because I guess I missed that part. Yeah, I need to go check out that video. For some reason, I guess I didn't. Let's see. He went by the tour. Yeah, cause like I said, I was on his live stream, like, and I asked him about Maracas, and he was saying something like, I guess you didn't watch the video, but that day I had woken up very late in the afternoon, so when I just woke up to his live stream and he told me about it, and I went and checked out the video, and I saw him at Maracas, but I didn't realize that he went somewhere else too. Yeah, Maracas Beach is quite nice, man. It has this kind of look that Maracas just have this picturesque kind of look where you have the hills in the background. It had, something just, it has a majestic look to it. Yeah, it is, but it's nice. It has the feel. Yeah, man, Maracas Beach. There's something special about Maracas Beach. Like there are many beaches in Jamaica, but I've never felt a beach that has that kind of, something about Maracas that was really, really, really nice. Maybe because it's on the other side of the island where there is like almost no pollution over there. So I guess maybe that's why. Because it seemed to me like no one lives on that side of the island. That's what it appears like to me. I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. All right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly what I assumed. That is Maracas for you. Over on that side of the island where there is like, yeah, that's what it is. But the return to Trinidad is gonna happen because I'm well on my way to get into 4,000 watch hours. Once I get there, it's gonna be on. I'm gonna be there. Yeah, man, all the stuff in Trinidad that I did not get to try, I guess I will get the chance to. Lad Lad Quavers too. Okay. Hey, next thing, I remember my classmates telling me about some beach that is close to Port of Spain. What's the name of that one? Which I found kind of strange because I'm like, Port of Spain is kind of like, should I call it now? Where you have like lots of ships, not really ships and boats and stuff like that. I didn't realize that there were the small village too. Okay. I need to check. Nah, I need to check out those places. I really need to check. Like I said, while I was in Trinidad, I was too sheltered. I was, I was literally sheltered. But when I return, it's gonna be going places. I remember there was, actually, I need to call that girl one of these days, guys. I remember that same girl I was telling you about. She one time she used to tell me that you could even get to visit you could get to visit the Pitch Lake and stuff like that, which I didn't even get the chance to. Is that is that true that you could visit the Pitch Lake? But some of the times that girl used to say some things that sounded a bit over the top, and then, like I said, I was so mercury. Okay, okay, cool, cool. And then because I was so busy with school, so it's like, okay, she'd be like, oh yeah, we can check out that place, and then by the time the time comes around, I'm busy or I don't get a chance to, and so on. So yeah, that's what it was. But this when on my return, there is no there is no school to go, there is no classes, no homework to finish, no nothing like that. So I am gonna see all those places. And the good thing about it, I know about these places. So when I return, I know that these places are on my agenda. Only there is one thing that I regret that I didn't get to do, and I know that I won't be able to do that one now, which was that ferry to go over to Venezuela. Of course, no one wants to visit Venezuela right now, but yeah, but then I hear that you could have taken a ferry to go to Venezuela. You could actually go and come back in one day, but that was back then. So, Kamisha Beach, you could be there. Okay, cool, cool. And where is that place? Carnage. Okay, where is that? Oh, that's the one. West, west, west. Let me see. West. West, that would be. I'm trying to picture the island right now. So, so east. Oh, west. That would be the one in Port of Spain, because I guess east would be over by Maracas. So west would be the one in Port of Spain, I guess. Yeah. See, I see my sense of Trinidad is coming back. I just had to kind of remember, like, okay, I was in Chaguanas, and then if I'm going east, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, it was like I said, you see, because I was passing Port of Spain to go there. Okay, yeah, I remember. So on my quest to come into Trinidad, you will see me on my live streams, probably even more often. Oh, by the way, Miss Trini, I am trying out something tonight. I don't know if it's gonna happen though, but I actually scheduled it. I am planning to do a paranormal live stream at 8:30 p.m. tonight. Well, it's gonna be 9:30 Trinidad time. Well, then again, you might be asleep by that time. So I'm trying a paranormal stream. a ghost related stream. Are you scared of things like that? A ghost or well, in Trinidad I think they call them jumbies. A jumbies. I need to get my watch hours. So I'm at, like I said, I'm at 2,184 right now. So I need to get my watch hours. So I guess I need to try some different things. So I'm gonna. You have. All right, really, it's not that scary. I'm thinking of just going to an abandoned house in like a wooded kind of area where I used to live, and there are some graves around there and so on. So I guess I'll go check it out. I might go check it out tonight. Yeah, tonight 8:30 p.m. So it's like I said, it's not 100% confirmed yet, but I posted it. So let's see how that goes. But hopefully I'll get it done. Well, I used to live there. So if it's my house that I used to live, how can I be afraid to go to my own house? And the graves there, they are graves of family members. So some of them I know, some of them I don't know. But I mean, why would I be afraid? I used to live there. Oh, cool. Say morning to her for me. What kind of tea is she having? Well, put it like this. Persons watching it might be scared. I'm not. It's a live stream, so it's not a video where I can do stuff. It's actually a live stream. So persons might say they see stuff. Who knows? So I will go, and I will. It's gonna be dark. Yeah. So let's see how it goes. So okay, cool. I shouldn't have asked that. No, I feel like having some soy milk, which I don't have at my house though. Let me see. Vsoy, yeah, Vsoy is nice. Yeah, yeah, okay. If I wake up, I will. Okay, well, you can watch it. You can watch it later. Like I said, it's not 100% confirmed yet, but I'm working on it. So I need to get like one. I need to. Hopefully, my camera, the cameraman is gonna be available. Cause it's gonna be a bit difficult for me to do it by myself. I mean, I could do it by myself, but it's gonna be a bit difficult because I need to have some equipment. Like, I need to work with my backup power supply, which is kind of heavy and kind of big. So to be working with that and my tripod and all that, it's gonna be a bit difficult. So it's not. So hopefully the cameraman will be available. So because I actually came up with the idea in the night, like last night, maybe about 11 o'clock or so. The cameraman would have already gone to sleep. So when he wakes up, I guess when I talk to him, I will find out if he's available. And once he is and everything else goes well, it's gonna be on. Yeah. Cause it's like it's getting close to that point. So, we gotta, improvise and do some stuff. It's not my niche, but of course you don't have to be stuck in a particular niche. I guess you can try different stuff, and that's what I'll be doing. I, s- I can imagine you waiting there. Trinity Queen. You know, as you say that, I remember, you remember the same girl in Trinidad I was telling you about. She used to always come with all kind of dopey story. And then where her family lives in San Fernando, is in San Fernando, she was telling me that. Well, actually, I went there, and where they live is actually close to a cemetery. And I'm like, I was telling her like, listen, right now I'm not even, I feel scared right now because we had to get out the taxi and walk. So we literally had to walk past that cemetery. Middle of the night, we're walking past that cemetery to get to her relative's house. And it was so scary. But I guess. But at that time, I wasn't a YouTuber. Of course not. So I was just going about my business. But yeah. So let's see if tonight I'm going to be, well, I guess bravery not needed because it's my house where I used to live. But let's see how it goes. Yeah, it's like some housing schemes or some housing projects, some high-rise buildings in Sando, and I had to walk past a cemetery to get there. Like we got out the taxi and we had to walk, and the dup. So what? Remember I told you there are lots of graves there. There are persons there that I don't know. So I know where. Okay, you see, I told you. I know Trinidad. Yeah, Trinidad is, I said, yeah. Trinidad brings back lots of memories, lots of good memories. But just sometimes it's like I'm looking at it like I didn't get to do as much as I wanted to do. Nah, well, I'm not going there. Well, guess what? That's the reason why we are the YouTubers. So we go to places that other persons won't go, and we get to bring it right to your living room or right there on your phone. So you'll get the chance to check it out and see for yourself what's going on. So while you might not be brave enough to go there, sure you might enjoy watching. Oh, you grew up in the South, okay. So you know exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, cool. I'm on memories of Trinidad. Who knows? Maybe one of these days I'll do something even even scarier. Maybe one night I'll go camp out at that house. I came to like Belmont 40 years ago. Listen, it's my house. I used to live there. Like I still even have stuff at that house. I know if I go there, I'll find all sorts of stuff there. That why would I be scared? Camp out? Why not? Oh, all right, listen. If you watch the stream, you're gonna be hearing stories of things. I won't say all the details right here. There are things that happened while I was there. So you're saying the duppy coming through YouTube? No, listen. Right now, I have to tell the cameraman that, listen, cameraman, you cannot miss this. You gotta be there. You gotta be there to hold the camera for me, because this one is becoming very interesting. Trinity Queen is looking forward to this. Camping out, chilling for the night. But yeah, I'll walk with my backup power supply, so I'll have, electricity and all that. So I'll be good. I'll definitely be okay. Ah, interesting. You know, something just came to my mind, but guess I'll definitely figure that one out. Trying to figure that one out a bit. Figure that one out a bit later. Because now you have me thinking, but yeah, one is definitely gonna be lit. This is what, 16%? You know, it's a funeral home by us and people rent, maybe rent to them with. So how close is the funeral home to you? So you're telling me that the funeral home is there and persons live inside that property? That is, you sure those persons know about it? Maybe they don't know, cause I there's no way I'm living inside any funeral home. Cause who is gonna rent from them? Rent what? You mean rent an office? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Because imagine you're there sleeping, any weird sound you hear, even when it has nothing to do with a ghost, you're I think those persons must be some ghost hunters. Well, it doesn't matter how nice it looks. I just admire it from a distance. I don't even want to go inside that apartment. So imagine you in one room and you have bodies in another room. No, 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 no. That's so scary. Them on their own. Yo, I think those people they are not normal. They are not regular people like you and I. So imagine, well, then again, you don't really have that many power outages in Trinidad. But just imagine you're there in the middle of the night and there is some power outage. Because it's one thing if you're close to a cemetery or, you're close to where some graves are. Because at least it's just one grave, but you're close to a funeral home. So every day there is all different kind of bodies. No, 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 no. That is beginning to sound a bit too much for me. Too much for my comfort. No, this is crazy. This is unbelievable. Hey, you sure you don't? Well, by the way, do you know a channel called Empire TV? If you know Empire TV, you might want to tell Empire TV this story. Because Empire TV will have a field day discussing something like this on his channel. Because that's his kind of thing. Yeah, man, those are the bravest person. Not even the bravest person in Trinidad, the bravest person in the Caribbean. Yeah, man, the bravest people in the West Indies. So no matter which country you think of, whether it's Jamaica, it's Trinidad, it's Barbados, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Antigua, anywhere you can think of in the Caribbean, they are indeed the bravest persons in the Caribbean. There's literally no way you'll have persons who are not so, who are as brave as them. Because look, if it's one night, you're gonna be like, okay, let me go camp. They make news. What? I need to go. As soon as this video, as soon as the live is done, I have to go and check them out because this is sounding. This is starting to sound so unbelievable. What kind of people are these? This is beginning to sound crazy. This is literally beginning to... It have to be... Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I am definitely going to check it out. Then it's okay. I definitely gotta check that out. When I'm done, I'm going. I wish I had another. Like, I'm kind of a bit, like I'm laying down right now. If I can take out, you see, because my laptop kind of have to be plugged in. If not, I would literally go watch it right now. If I wish I had another phone, because I would literally be watching that right at this moment. Literally right at this moment, I'll be watching that. That is so unbelievable. So what? So what? So why were they doing that? What, they were trying to do, scare people or something? What? This is just sounded unreal. Like, why would they be doing that? This literally does not sound real. Wow. Wow. Unbelievable. Hold up, one moment, please. I'm gonna be back. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna be back. I'm going to go get something outside here. I am back. I am back. Alright, I am back. Trying to prop this phone up so it can... Alright, how do I prop this phone? Like, it's not on a stand, but I need to put it in a way so that it doesn't fall. Alright, let me put it on my pillow. This is not my typical vlogging time where, I have all that proper gear. So I'm eating a cornbread. They never do none of that. Wow, those people are literally crazy. Probably go check that out, man. I wish I had another device, but I remember the name. It's Denny's. Definitely gonna go check them out soon as we're done here. I guess they were just trying to, I don't know, scare the nation. They were literally trying to. Don't know why they would be trying to do that. Wow. Are you sure they were not trying to make a YouTube video or something? Probably they have a YouTube channel, so maybe all of this was for content. Oh, more to the story. Okay. Interesting. So that more to the story, is that more to the story that I can find on the internet? Or is just something that I'd have to hear? Well, I guess when I come to Trinidad, I can hear that piece of the story too. Oh. Interesting. Understandable. No need to type it. Fully understood. Yeah, man. You know, I should really go cook. I don't know why I'm eating snacks. But I guess it's kind of weird to be thinking of cooking at 4:31 a.m. All cool. Are you making fried fish, steamed fish? How are you preparing it? Well, it's a good time to what? Steamed fish? I feel excited already. Send me some. Send me some of the steamed fish right now. Me need to go for my passport. Me need to go for my passport right now. Se- Cecil doing something medical every. Okay, okay, well, I think it is. To do something medicinal. Everything have to be clear. Okay, okay, cool, cool. Yeah, the mention of steam fish is with lots of excitement. So, let me see. Yes, steam fish taste nice. Yeah, the last time I had steam fish, but was maybe about 3 weeks ago. Remember that live stream I was on and there was no audio? That's the last time I had steam fish. I was really good. All right. So, can you tell me about the Trinidad steam fish? How does that one work? How do you prepare that one? Okay. That's gonna taste good because when you steam with that, after you add that oil to it, so the oil combined with those seasoning, it's giving it like this second kind of cooking. This should be nice. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Carrot and the potatoes, like the Irish or English potatoes, whatever you call them, and other kind of seasoning like pumpkin and stuff like that. Yep, sounds good. Seems like when I come to Trinidad, I won't be able to do any videos because I'll be eating. Please make sure I record videos when I come to Trinidad. Don't let me eat too much food. Cause it sounds like you're always going on a cooking spree. Let's see what time is it? What time is it? And here you go admitting it on the live stream. It's better you said it. It's interesting. That's an interesting way to look at it. So what time is it now? It's 4:39 a.m. 4:39. And I am not sleepy yet. This is unbelievable. Why am I on a live stream for so long? This is just So the thing is, seeing that I'm not sleepy yet, well, when it gets to the time when I get sleepy, I guess I'm gonna be like knocked out. And to be honest, I wanna go out today. So I do not wanna fall asleep like that. If I go to sleep now, it will be good. But I'm literally not sleepy. But maybe I should turn the light off and just try to go to sleep. Maybe I should just turn the light off, put my phone down, and if I have nothing doing, I guess I will eventually fall asleep. Maybe I should do that. Anyway, so you know what? I'm gonna take your advice. So thank you very much for coming to the live stream. Thank you for being here for the almost the entire duration of the live. Thank you for dropping all those messages. And hope to catch you again sometime soon. And remember that live stream that I'm planning for tonight. So let's see how it goes. Thank you and enjoy your day too. Bye.